Jayskull.
Oh, yes. Welcome to the show, guys. Jason has set up something really cool here with this show at the moment. We're in a rotation cycle, which I love. I got to say, Jace, great work with that.
Thank
And
sometimes
we have to hit a road bump, like the New Adventures of He-Man. But then we always come around to some fantastic He-Man stuff. And Jason, the episode of the 2002 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Lessons is what you've chose for this evening.
Yes. And it is, I'll just spoil it right now. This is a delightful episode.
This is surprisingly really strong episode, I thought. I had a good time with this episode.
From a series that is notoriously surface level, I enjoyed that we got some really good characterization from Sorceress, from Orko, from Evil Lynn. Just unexpected great characterizations. You got some pretty, I don't know, there was one moment in this episode where like my heart dropped at one point, and I think we both know what it was.
Yeah.
Like whenever Battle Cat's mask like hit the ground, and I was just like, oh, they did not.
Yeah, like this isn't John Wick, people. You're not doing this. No. I honestly got to say, this is one of my favorite Orko episodes because I feel like this is people need to like the hate for Orko over the years has really bothered me. I think he's an extremely strong character, and you can really identify with him in this episode. I thought, Jason, because you imagine, right, Michael Jordan. On his planet Earth, he is the number one basketballer in the world. But on another planet, he can't even dribble the ball. Orko, he's not a joke. That's what I want to say in this. He is he's trying to do his best. And I think this episode really shows the strength and the importance of Orko to this universe.
Oh my God. I don't know if you just saw that, but like I shook my head and this piece of hair like went into my eyeball and I literally just pulled it out. That was gross. Anyway, moving on.
You could be a He-Man figure with that talent.
I should. Oh,
I saw. That's it.
Eyesore. Oh, love it. Love it. Mattel, call me. Yeah, this is a terrific episode. Orko had some great characterization. I'm going to be honest. I love Orko's design in this series. Don't like his voice. His voice is very grating and irritating. And I think that it really does a lot to short circuit what they were trying to do here. I think it would have been better with like the classic Orko voice, or maybe the Orko voice they used in Revelations and Revolutions. Or heck, even the Orko voice that they used in the Netflix series. Other than that one quibble that really couldn't change by this point. Yeah, I love Orko's self-doubt, and I love how it all comes around to where Orko uses his kind of flawed magic to save the day. And I'm also going to say that big disaster in the beginning of the episode was not Orko's fault. That was all Man-at-Arms. If Man-at-Arms had left Orko the hell alone and let Orko work his magic without grabbing his arms and pulling it down, that would have been fine. Okay, if you got somebody who's holding a statue in the air with magic, don't grab their arms and pull them down. And then go, look what you did, Orko. Screw you, Man-at-Arms. That was your fault.
It wasn't exactly delicate, but he was getting the job done. The statues were fine.
It would have happened. He would have saved them so much time. But no, Man-at-Arms, that crazy little Frankenstein dude who was just sitting there thinking, well, if somebody has an accident here, I can like cut their arms off and replace them with plungers. It just messes everything up. And so I'm already on Orko's side here. Yeah. And I think that it should have been Man-at-Arms who got kicked out, if you ask me. And then
I think this episode exposes a bit of the fact that he is being bullied at points.
He is, and I hate that. It makes me so mad.
It does. It upsets me quite a bit too. Yeah. The other really good thing about this felt like it was a clear ABC story in the sense we've got to do this to get to the Ramstone so we can go and invade Castle Grayskull. And I'm a fan of it because it's a very direct. We know exactly what's going on here. There's, and it's great. And you mentioned about Evil Lynn, who is MVP in this episode, I think, too, just for her character development. So
I watched this episode twice. I try to watch episodes twice before the show. And I had watched this many years ago, back in 2002 when it first aired. But watching this again, and then rewatching it and looking at the way Evil Lynn reacts to Skeletor's orders, I'm just like, like she knew the whole time. She knew that it's going to be a bad idea if I go.
Yeah,
and
100%.
You can see her reluctance, and so that I think that really sells the fact that she does the right thing at the end. And I thought it was really cool they were flirting with the idea of Evil Lynn can be redeemed even back in 2002. Heck, even back in 1983, whenever they did that one episode where Evil Lynn and Teela lost together. I like that Evil Lynn is somebody who's not destined to be evil her whole life. She can be good. And I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I always feel like she is outside looking in as a character because she sees everything from a big picture and her choices of what's best for her. So she chooses outside, but she seems to be hyper aware of the dynamics of everything.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, which makes her a superior character in many ways to Skeletor intelligence-wise. I don't think that's a secret at all. So, yeah, because of that, because of her intelligence, there is that possibility she can be turned. And as we get to later series from Netflix, we get to see that fleshed out a lot.
Yeah. And it was one of my favorite things about that whole episode was
the
de-evilification of Evil Lynn. Although I did think that the line about "you are good, Lynn," I thought, oh no, don't call it that. Don't call it that.
Skeletor again in this episode. Skeletor gets a bit to do. He's kind of deliciously evil in this one. I don't mind this one with him.
This is honestly like, aside from the New Adventures of He-Man, we've never had a bad Skeletor.
No.
And I will even defend the New Adventures of He-Man Skeletor at times. I think the voice acting is kind of fun, even though it is a bad Skeletor. But this one is just such a delightful. He's such a smartass. And at the same time, he brings in Alan Oppenheimer's cadence. Like when Orko goes into Grayskull and turns out all the lights, and you just see his eyes glowing, goes, "Oh, the dark. I'm so scared." I just love that.
Darkness. I'm so scared.
I like the voice of, to be honest with you, God bless you, Mark Hamill. But if this actor was available for the latest series, I would have used him again because I like his voice quite a lot. I also like his design. The biggest change with the skull, I just think, is the fangs. I think are a beautiful touch to that design of Skeletor.
I like the red in the eyes too.
Well, they're not always there, are they? I've noticed that. That's only when he's PO'd. Yeah, he's not happy. Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded this guy. Again, nothing but respect for Mark Hamill. I didn't like the Joker voice for Skeletor.
Yeah.
Now I will say I got used to it, and I'm like, yeah, that's a really good Skeletor performance. You know, are we going to go and ask her, please don't kill the universe, please, please. Oh God, we are. Now, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But I will say either because I know Alan Oppenheimer, he's kind of aged out of the role by this point. He was Moss Man though, so they did have Alan in the series.
Yeah.
But either this voice actor or even the voice actor they had for the Netflix reboot, I would have loved to have seen them take on the Revelation of Skeletor. I think it would have been a lot of fun.
I also think the design of Skeletor here makes him more muscular, more mobile.
Yes.
Like he's a Skeletor that poses and can handle his own in a fight and things like that, which I think is a good upgrade with him. But and we don't get ever, because there's no violence in the old series, but essentially Skeletor can, they have that nice little battle on the bridge of Castle Grayskull, which pretty rad.
He-Man gets wrecked.
Yes. That's the big thing. He gets wrecked.
Adam gets the He-Man knocked out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And a bit of a surprise,
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. It means that
it made sense with the Ramstone, though. If it can break through any barrier, and Skeletor said, "You've always been a barrier to me," I'm like, oh, that was actually really good writing.
Yeah. You felt like there was a crowd of people behind, going, "Oh," that meme. Everyone's going, "Oh," but yeah, no, he got him. So, you know, and he didn't lose. He just did the Skeletor thing. He just goes, nah, can't be bothered.
Yeah, he's very cool about it. Whenever Orko says, I dropped it down the trench, and Skeletor goes, well, then you're of no more use to me. And that's it.
That's it. He's moved on. He's under his next evil plan.
I'm used to losing. It doesn't even bother me anymore.
No, it's a shame when I look at this, because I think this is a really good episode, and written by Larry Titilio.
Remind me who that is. I feel like I should.
He's old school writer from the OG He-Man.
That's where I've heard the name. Okay.
Yeah. He wrote Secret of the Sword as well. He-Man and She-Ra, Secret of the Sword.
Which is also a strong episode.
A strong movie.
Even though it was a little bit attention deficit at times.
Yeah. It is a film, though.
Now we're going to go over here. Now we're going to go over here.
There you go. So look, it's just series from the series. I like the designs, the upgrades. There's a lot to love about the series, and it's a shame that they had to bring in King Hiss to mess it all up in later series. But that's what you get. But with none of that in this episode, this feels very traditional Master of the Universe, and I say that in a compliment wise. It's got some good fun stuff in there. And again, I'm a big Orko fan. So seeing an episode whose message in this episode feels like it's not the right message. Can I say that? Because the message of the episode is the audience, as Orko tells the audience, that everyone can make mistakes, but true friends will appreciate for what you are. Maybe the message should have been about being bullies.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Yeah, and it should have been Orko talking to Man-at-Arms going, you really pissed me off today.
I know.
Now I have confidence, and guess what?
I know what you're doing to people secretly in that little surgery room you have there.
Freaking freak.
Well, we know it, man. Man-at-Arms. I hope
Neck and Neck still cries at night because of what you did to him.
I have a prediction, guys. In the movie, if there's a scene of Idris Elba Man-at-Arms operating on someone, I'm going to stand up in the theater and yell, I told you so. I told you all that the man is dangerous.
So let's see. What day is it today? Because we're recording this ahead of time. I just want to see what day this is going to air. So this is going to air on June 13th.
Sometime in the future.
As of right now, which is May the 8th, whenever we're recording this, still no confirmation that Orko's in the movie. And I'm concerned.
No, there were 2 non-confirmations. We still don't have any news on Battle Cat either. All right, we've got no Battle Cat and we've got no Orko. But let's face it, we are getting both of them. You know what?
Going to be
they
shocked.
Probably still haven't chosen the voice actor yet, because you don't need to way into post-production get the voice actor for Orko.
You don't have to lip sync anything. So I mean,
well, they'll just later move the CGI lips a little bit, and all you're good.
You know what? Wallace Shawn.
We're getting Orko.
Get Wallace Shawn to be Orko. And Stephen Root is Battle Cat. I'll be happy.
He could do a good Battle Cat for sure.
No, not Stephen Root or the guy they had for the Netflix series, because I loved his Battle Cat voice.
Yeah, and you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we're all seeing it from the, oh my God, they're doing Filmation characters, all that. But I think the more accurate thing is, I think they're drawing from everything.
Yeah.
Not just the 82, 83 series, but all the iterations. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot of influences from this series in the movie.
Yeah,
Stratos has to be Scottish. He has to be Scottish.
I see you down there, He-Man. I flew over. I fought the urge to poop on your head.
So what would get me really upset is if they did the He-Man and the Master Universe 2021 Stratos in the movie. That's almost devastate me.
I don't even remember him in 2020.
Especially the Falcon.
That guy. I thought you meant from Revelations. No.
From the 2021.
No. If there was a huge flaw with that series, it is that Stratos. That every single time he was on screen, I was just like,
If I want to see the Falcon, I'll go watch a Marvel film. All right, I don't need that version. Thank you very much.
Ugh, now I'm angry.
A strong episode. Now, Jace, this whole season, first season of He-Man and Master of the Universe 2002, pretty good season, right? I've seen a lot of these episodes now, and it's holds up pretty darn well.
Some of it does. I will stand by what I said, is that some of these episodes are very surface level. And some of it does suffer from animation that at times does look a little cheap. Now, sometimes the cheap animation works. Like in this episode, there's a scene where Evil Lynn is standing in the foreground, and she's the only one who's in color, and you see Triclops and Beastman in the back, and they're both in like a shade of purple or gray. I don't know. I'm colorblind.
Yeah, like a muted. They're in shadow or something. Yeah.
And I think that works out well. But other times I'm just like, yeah, that looks really cheap.
Yeah.
But overall, it's not a bad series. It's not a bad reboot. It's a product.
I'll stand by it. I would say if you were getting into the He-Man universe, I could point to this series just like I would point to the 2021 series or the 82 series as good sources to get to know He-Man lore. Because I do think in this first season, they do attempt to expand upon the lore.
The origin story beginnings I thought was really good.
100%. Yeah, really strong. Really strong. Oh, well, there you go. Lessons.
But I do not accept Silent Battle Cat. I do not accept that.
No, we need Battle Cat to be doing something, you know. In the film, though, I would love to hear Battle Cat talk, but I probably could accept if he's just growling in the movie.
No, he's got to talk.
But I would like.
He does not talk. He's not Battle Cat.
I could even go with that most of the movie he doesn't talk, and then kind of at the end we start to hear him talk. I'd be cool with that too. It could be an after credit scene.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just do.
He-Man is brought before the king and is like, "What proof do we have that this actually happened?" Your Majesty, if I may speak. Oh my God, the tiger speaks. Yeah, I can speak. I just don't have a lot to say.
I just like the idea because apparently Adam doesn't know he's He-Man until we kind of got to learn that again. I would love it is how they introduce him. He goes to the throne room and then Battle Cat comes up just like any other household cat, starts rubbing his face against his legs, purring. Adam's like, what's this thing? Giant cat just, on his stomach wanting to be his tummy rubbed.
We have that theory that the reason why Adam is on Earth is because Skeletor's put a spell on him and sent him to Earth with like no memory of who he is. Somebody on Reddit had that same theory, and they said that Adam will be living with a house cat, and the house cat is Battle Cat. Because of course Skeletor wants to get rid of him too. So Adam is just sitting there with this little cat the whole time, and then whenever Orko or whoever shows up to jog his memory and give him the sword, he does the thing. He becomes He-Man, and then instinctively points the sword at the house cat, and that cat like becomes Battle Cat. Like, that would work. Goodness, although I really like the litter box, that was great.
I love that idea, but the little cat, has to still have the same markings and color. So even his friends go, "Dude, you got a green cat."
Well, I think that would be tipping the hat to the audience a little too much.
Too much, yeah. It'd give it away.
So give him a little green and orange stripe.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, a couple of maybe stripes that indicate that pattern. Yeah, that could work.
Of course, this may not even happen. This is just two nerds conjecture.
Oh, this is just us theorizing about what may or may not be. Because I still pinch myself every day that this thing is even happening, and they're doing what they're doing is just nuts. I mean,
I'm really looking.
I think I would say the moment I got really over. I think even you were like, "Dude, settle down." I got overexcited. Was the moment of the sword? Was that real early teaser image, and I'm going, okay, that to me because it just proves everything. They're adhering to the design. They're adhering to the
accurate sword. It's incredible pecs. Yes,
man, that dude is jacked. I don't know if you've seen that Nicholas guy Instagram, because I now follow him Instagram. Sorry, dude. I know it's creepy and weird and old. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm just a fan. He's super skinny. Normally, that dude. Like he had short black hair and he's uber skinny, kind of almost gaunt. And then you see him now, what he's done over the last year. Dude, his forearms are like my legs. He's huge, man. You know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate that kind of commitment to a role, though. So I got nothing but mad respect for the man.
And the actress who they've got playing, I can't remember her name, Tila. Man, her stuff on her Instagram, she's just having the best time by the looks of it. And that gives me a lot of hope and joy too, because like if you have fun on a movie set, that's a good positive thing as well. Doesn't mean it's going to be great, but if you're enjoying your job, that's a good thing as well. So can't wait. Lots more to stuff. And as you know, here on the Power of Jayskull, Jason has his thumb on the pulse, on the zeitgeist of this movie. So as soon as something happens, he will let us know and we'll be talking about it. So
indeed, yeah. I will.
Yeah. Hey, where are we at in our next cycle? We've now done.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. Our next episode of The Power of Jayskull. Let me scroll down here and take a look at it. I had it brought up, but I got my attention deficit.
I just threw you under the bus.
I forgot what I was doing. We are going to journey back to the original series.
Great.
And we are going to I just had it. We are going to take a look at the episode The Dragon Invasion.
Ooh, okay.
It's like the third or fourth episode, and we've never talked about it. And I don't recall what it is.
No, neither do I. But third or fourth episode in, I would have seen it a few times. I'll probably see the first 5 seconds and go, oh, yeah, I remember now. But yeah, that's great stuff. Well, guys, keep joining us here as we take we explore He-Man and Master of the Universe and everything in that universe, movies, TV shows, everything we want to talk about, gossip, you name it. Jason, let them know how they can tag along.
My friends, if you would like to support this idiocy that we do here on this channel, please check the YouTube video description below for a link to our Patreon, where for a very small pittance, you can support this dumb thing that these dumb people do. We also have other shows such as Jalapena, our Gargoyles podcast, our Filmation Spotlight series, our Double XL Men, where we're taking a look at the X-Men television show. And of course, Breaking Wind, where we delve into the land of Avatar, currently working our way through The Legend of Korra. So much more. Oh, cool. VHS Vault. Forgot about the VHS Vault. So
our Watermark show, probably our prestige show.
It is so good. It is so good. And you know what? It's good. We want you there, so it'll be better. So please join us.
Don't also miss out on the other wonderful content on the Jason Moygash channel that doesn't include me. His travel videos are always fantastic and fun. He has scary stories occasionally. He has Patreon exclusive with just him because he doesn't want me to be part of that at all. And plus, I live in Australia. He lives in America. It's too difficult. No, but there's lots of...
We're the bread and a planet sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. So, but there's lots of great stuff. It's amazing. If whatever you're into, I'm sure there'll be a video related to it somewhere on the Jason Roy Gaston channel. But until then, I know I'm lying. I'm just a little bit. I'm exaggerating.
I don't know what channel. I don't know what channel you're thinking about. Goodness, is he the one who does the show where he watches cartoons in the morning? That is so lame.
Yes, that's the guy. Absolutely. It's good fun. Go check them all out. This has been
The Power of Jayskull.